Hey everybody, good energy to you guys, and thank you everybody for the good comments and the supporting words, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. So a lot of this stuff is going to be repetitive for a lot of you guys, but you know, this is just how I get my flow back going into things. And the more you work on your craft, the better you get at it. So this is a rough draft. I went and read through a few things, got a few corrections, but it's just a rough draft. It's as much as I'd like to get this done, you know, ASAP, and I should. It's not gonna get done overnight. You know, it's gonna take me a little bit to get something that I think is capable of providing the type of opportunity that I see or that I feel we need to transmutate this infrastructure into a fucking better one. But anyways, here is just some words that I wrote on the subject today, just a little bit ago, and so all right, here we go. Simple solutions, man. So a love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. So, by turning the society away from a love of money and the world, we would be turning away and giving less energy into evilness and more energy into God, which is love. A theoretically efficient and presumably effective way to do this is to have a massive movement of non-profit businesses and organizations. These will help us generate the resources we need to rebuild a good and godly infrastructure while helping ourselves through good charity works, helping others by providing food for the needy, for children who don't have the food that they need, or for children who don't even have parents, and for the parents that don't have the food or the good work opportunities they need to take care of their kids. Good work for the needy, medicine, hemp tinctures, there's all types of other herbal remedies and ancient remedies that we can implement to start helping people really heal from their ailments instead of just providing bandages and band-aids and temporary alleviations, which is what pharmaceuticals is mainly about, in my opinion, along with also, pharmacy goes back to sorcery, so I do believe that they put literally spells into a lot of these chemicals that alchemize your body to a particular way that they want you to be, which is a lower vibrational frequency. The hemp, these herbs, these ancient remedies, when used in the right way and the right amounts, will counter that and help you actually heal and grow and learn what you need to learn and give your body what it needs so that it can do what it needs to do. Because if you have a properly if you have a properly working immune system, your body is capable of fighting off of essentially all sicknesses and cures cancer. It can cure cancer. But if you don't have the right immune system, it's like a vehicle without the right type of oil or whatever other type of essential fucking liquids or even, technologies it needs to operate at its well-being. It's just not going to operate well. It's not going to be able to maneuver, as well as it needs to maneuver. The brakes are going to squeak. It's not going to slow down when it needs to. It's going to fucking skid when it should be fucking, staying course. So these are all, the immune system's the same way. It has a lot of needs that we're not even taught about. And when we are given the immune system these type of needs, it is very capable of taking care of itself and healing and being healthy. And the real word of healthiness means, if you look at the etymology of it, is being able to heal thyself. So that's what the immune system is all about. And this is what the hemp plant does, is it gives you the globulin Epstein and many other fucking minerals and essential fucking nutrients you need to have an ideal and very healthy immune system. So, moving on here. So yeah, we can, and this will also provide areas for people to live and work so that they have an opportunity to work and live inside of a society or community that actually cares for them and the real well-being of all. When I say all, I mean the people, the land, the animals, the water, the air, everything. And hemp is antibacterial, it's antimicrobial, and it's antifungal. So everything that hemp is made out of, it's actually going to help clean. It's going to help clean the air, it's going to help clean your body, it's going to help clean the dirt, the soil, everything. It's biodegradable, so it's not going to pollute even if it was thrown around like trash and shit, it's still not going to pollute the earth because it's biodegradable. It's good for the earth. People can work as much as they want to, and all will receive the same pay for the work they do. When mankind is motivated by an incentive for a profit to make more money, it feeds mankind's love for money and gets them paying more and more attention to it. especially in our free market society, as we are all constantly bombarded with ads and commercials alluring us to buy more stuff we don't need, and often comes from wicked exploitative means. Free markets. This is the problem with free markets. They allow for toxic and pollutive / addictive, pornographic, violent, etc. products and vessels of entertainment for consumption. All these things bring about, to varying different degrees, evil spirits and perpetuate negativity. The whole corporation behind these products is in itself alive and thriving because we are allowing it to grow by feeding it so much. This is why there's so much negativity in the air. This is why there's so much fear in the air. This is why evilness has got so much power right now, is because we've been feeding it power. They really don't have power unless they get it from us, because we are made in the image of God. We are, children of God. So we've got God energy inside of us. So if evil knows that God's children are here and are growing, and it doesn't have much fucking power, and it's always trying to feed off of fucking something else, it's going to do whatever it can to transmutate that fucking good godly energy into fucking bad, unhealthy, negative energy. But it's got to do so in a way that we're allowing it in, because it can't fuck with us if we have our love vibrations up, if we have the armor of God up, if we're fucking walking true to the word of Christ. It can't fuck with us. It can't even be around us. But if we fall into sin, then we fall into their trap and thus let them in. So this needs to end. Not only will our business, that's infrastructure, be a non-profit one, but it will also be an organic and good and harmonious one, meaning that no products will be perpetuated that exploitate anything else. No products that are designed to destroy, get one addicted, and come from exploitative means will be allowed. Now, we can use what existing technology and machinery that is still here and available to help us build new good technology that will help us end our dependency on this toxic tech and toxic city / lifestyles that we all have become accustomed to varying degrees. However, the reproduction and thus perpetuation of it needs and will come to an end. One of the first steps in healing is to admit that one has a problem, or the collective has a problem. By admitting that you have a problem, you can actually thereby you're disassociating yourself to an extent to where you see, well, I don't know if disassociating is the right word, but when you admit that it's there, then you can actually work with it because you can identify it. But if you can't even identify that the problem exists in the first place, how can you ever attempt to fix it? It's one of the first things they teach you in addiction recovery, and I know about that. So here in America, we have problems. However, compared to other countries / lands, we have little problems. Now, these little problems can, and I feel, are growing to bigger problems. Moreover, as Christians, we have a duty to help the needy, and this duty is not strictly bound to the boundaries of the U.S. So what would be the best way to truly help those in need outside of the U.S. and even inside the U.S.? As Jesus said, you can give a man a fish and feed him for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. That is the same general principle that is true to this day and that we need to implement. And this is also why when I saw Matt Damon's project that he worked on in Africa years ago, when he came up with the idea of wanting to help the locals learn how to get their own water, like he helped bring in the tools and people to help teach them how to harvest and get their own water. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was beautiful, because he's not just giving them water, which is good to do, don't get me wrong, but another step even better is to help not only give them water for the time being, but also teach them to get their own water so that they can help themselves, and we can all become our own heroes as we're supposed to be. So that's the whole premise of this movement, is for us to learn how to help ourselves and take care of each other and everything else around us. So we can begin helping third world countries out by helping them help themselves, thus perpetuating the good, prosperity, and happiness, and not enabling an area or system of doing things that leaves the capable dependent and stagnant on help from others, instead of helping them and teaching them to help themselves / ourselves. We can do this by providing the tools and teachings and human power or human will to get this going. And once they have a good hand on how to perpetuate this good system, let them carry on, and thus allowing us to move on to the next area that needs help, or to stay and help expand if that is what one's heart truly wants. That's all I got so far, but again, a lot of this stuff is stuff you've already heard me talk about, but I just continue to work on the craft until it just builds into something that I feel is right and ready to really share with the rest of the world in a really profound way. So I love you guys. Hope you all have a good day. All right, bye.